Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Activision and more specifically Call of Duty and how they've been handling the franchise. It comes as no surprise to most people that Activision has mishandled the Call of Duty franchise, and now due to that, they're finally starting to see the result of the mishandling. The big one that Call of Duty fans have asked for change with is skill-based matchmaking. They introduced this in Modern Warfare 2019 and acted like it didn't exist until they were eventually found out to be lying. On April 4th, 2024, they released a white paper on skill-based matchmaking that was almost the size of a book, and many fans of the franchise found lots of things in the white paper to just be flat-out untrue. If you want to find out specifics, I'll link Blame Truth's channel in the description of this video, and you'll find everything you need to know on his channel. Then we fast forward to Black Ops 7. The beta releases and everyone comes to be surprised that they have an open matchmaking option that says it's classic matchmaking. Most people, including myself, tried it out and was surprisingly happy with the way it felt. But because Activision had hurt and lied to the community for so long, no one trusted them to put this in the game and thought it was just to boost their pre-order numbers. Activision was obviously feeling the heat by Battlefield 6 becoming so successful, which is pretty funny after that they said that Call of Duty is way too big to fail. With Arc Raiders Battlefield 6 becoming and staying so popular, it seemed like Activision was finally making decisions for the franchise that players wanted years ago. But see, that's the problem. Players have been asking for these things to be changed for years and have constantly been cut down by Activision because they clearly know better, right? Then Activision announced that the classic matchmaking from the beta will be the standard at launch. This sent shockwaves through the community because people couldn't believe that after 5+ years, they're finally taking away their prized possession in skill-based matchmaking at launch. See, I'm putting an emphasis on at launch because people like Nero Cinema and Blame Truth were skeptical at why they kept emphasizing at launch. Why not just say it'll be the standard for Black Ops 7? Well, it seems like they were right. A lot of people when Black Ops 7 launched were complaining that their lobbies still felt like skill-based matchmaking was on, and they may be right in some capacity. Now that the full game is out, they've taken out the classic matchmaking from the description of their open playlist. It's strange, right? You know what's even stranger? In the beta, it would take not even 5 seconds to find the game. Now in the full release, it's taking 30+ seconds. The same as the closed SBMM playlist that's in the game. If the game didn't have SBMM, wouldn't it be instant, just like what XDefy and Battlefield 6 was like? Or even better, what the beta was like? For it to take the same amount of time as the closed playlist, I'd be saying SBMM is definitely in the game in some type of way. And even if it wasn't, people no longer trust Activision's word after years and years of being lied to. Another thing they've lied about over the years is skins. It seems every year they've said we don't want to put something in the game because we want the game to feel grounded in its universe. Just for months later down the line, we're battling with unicorns and Beavis and Butthead. Call of Duty have announced with Black Ops 7 they're toning down the skins and crossovers. I'd be willing to bet that it'll be just as crazy as ever, if not worse than ever. And if it isn't worse than ever, or if they do tone it down, the only reason will be is because of Battlefield 6 and Arc Raiders forcing their hand. Alright, now I want to talk about the sales numbers. Battlefield have announced that they're the top-selling FPS of 2025. That's something that just doesn't happen. Call of Duty only ever gets outsold by Rockstar Games and Hogwarts Legacy. Even in their worst years like Call of Duty Vanguard, they still don't get outsold. Then it was announced that with the release of Black Ops 7, the sales for Black Ops 7 are down a massive 50% for Black Ops 6 and an even bigger 63% from Battlefield 6. They're pretty interesting numbers from a franchise that's too big to fail. Just remember Activision said that. Activision's goodwill is now gone. They've tried to do just about all they can to bring players back into Black Ops 7, but it just hasn't worked. I played the beta and I can tell you that it's the best multiplayer Call of Duty that we've had since probably Black Ops 4, but it doesn't matter because all of the lies and manipulation that they've done to players over the years has pushed them all away, and now to get them back it's going to take a miracle. For hardcore players of Call of Duty, they know it's going to be even harder with an Infinity Ward COD coming out next year. First off, they make the slowest, campiest and more noob-catered Call of Duties, and they're known for also being the most stubborn developer who won't listen to a word the community said. If you didn't know this, it's been reported recently by an ex-dev that Infinity Ward are the ones who came up with the idea of bringing in SBMM to the franchise. Who runs this place, Activision or Infinity Ward? Like, why does Activision always listen to what they say, and it seems like they don't listen to the developers that actually know what they're doing, like Treyarch and Sledgehammer? Alright, so what's the solution to this problem for Activision? I've got a few steps they can take. First off, they need to come out openly and admit their fault for lying in the past, and they need to show that they're going to be transparent and truthful to the community. That's the first step, and they must take that step. I think the second step is to bring in players that have been around and most vocal in the community, and they also know what's best for the franchise, like Nero Cinema, Blame Truth, Exclusive Ace for the multiplayer, and Mr. Waffle Waffles and Mr. Dalek JD for zombies. If they talk to these guys and take their feedback and actually use it, I promise you they will win people back and will get the best Call of Duty games made to date. If Call of Duty actually listened to these people to begin with, they've got years and years and years worth of videos from all of these people giving them advice. If they actually take that advice or took that advice, we'd already have good games by now. I do find it a little funny that the things that these people have complained about over the years, Activision has ignored them, but as soon as they start getting outsold by other games, all of a sudden, the changes that these people wanted to begin with are finally getting changed. The last step for Activision is to keep Call of Duty's identity intact. Stop with the Fortnite-ification of Call of Duty. Stop with the crossovers that don't make sense. Keep the games through their whole lifespan grounded to fit the theme of the game. If Battlefield has proven anything to Call of Duty, it's that the grounded multiplayer FPS games are what people are craving. If you give us a more gritty styled shooter, we'll be more interested in the game, and if you completely remove skill-based matchmaking, I promise you'll find so much more of us will stick around to play your game, just like the old days. After all, skill-based matchmaking was only made to get people to keep playing the game and to buy skins. Well, that's clearly not worked. Back in the old days, we used to play the games because they were fun. We also used to buy things in Black Ops 2 and season passes for map packs because they were fun. I used to play hundreds and hundreds of hours of Call of Duty. Now I'm lucky to play 50 hours. I'm actually lucky to play 30 hours. That just shows you that skill-based matchmaking doesn't work. Another thing is I also never ever buy anything on there. If the game was actually fun, then maybe I'd actually consider it. Activision needs to stop acting like the community giving them feedback is a bad thing. We give them feedback for a reason because we love this franchise. If we didn't love the franchise, we wouldn't even talk about it. We give the feedback because we want things to be changed, so maybe start taking that feedback on board. Anyways guys, that's all I've got for you on this matter. Let me know how you feel about Call of Duty and Activision's situation. Do you think they can recover, or is it really the end of the franchise? And will Battlefield and Arc Raiders possibly take over? More so Battlefield. Please let me know in the comments below and like the video if you enjoyed it. Alright guys, that's all I've got now. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.